are back for the next episode of Pokemon Black. Last episode, the single player experience has been completed. And with that, we have some things and stuff to still do. We're not close to done yet. I don't know why I launched Sea Gear Communications, but you know what? I did. Remind myself that I still need to put in Haxorus. And I need to put Bacon Bits. Bacon Bits we're probably not going to see this episode just because last episode we had to use them a lot. And there's two moms. This disguise pardon, or rather let me introduce myself. What, I'm the globe-trotting elite of the International Police. My name, I shall inform you of my codename only. My codename, it is Looker, and this is how I am called. Beyond the scenes of this region of Unova, an organization called Team Plasma conspires. I've heard, and therefore, in this region I must come, but thanks to the gym leaders and you, yes, Team Plasma's castle is falling. I need to turn down my fan. There we go. And members, they have gone upon their separate ways. This is what I hear most certainly. But however, the ones known as the Seven Sages still, they hide themselves in the Unova region. And so, in the end, it explains why I must ask this of you, trainer of amazing skill. Travel the Unova region and search up and search it down for the Seven Sages. Alder, the champion of renown, recommended you to my notice. Are you willing to help me? Yes, excellent, I thank you. Now I feel as if I perhaps have 1,000,000 people on my side. Permit me to give this into your hands. And this is where this game goes sideways. Yes, correct. There's certainly a super rod. Were you talking about Team Plasma of the Seven Sages? What does that have to do with looking for these people? I see. It is truly Cage's mama task, so what a magnificent question. I admire it. It's my pleasure to answer. Absolutely nothing! I see. Yes, I should provide the explanation of this, the super rod. First, face the water and employ the rod. Yep, if you looked at my Pokemon Pearl, yeah. My, that guy's weird. Hey! It's you two again. Hey, KJ is talking to you? I'm sorry. By the time I went to the Striaton City gym leaders, everything was over. If that's the case, I let Getsus escape and the Shadow Triad created an opening. Getsus, the Shadow Triad? I'll tell you later about what happened in the castle. Dang it! So Getsus escaped. It's more important to ask what you plan to do now, Bianca. You know what? I'm gonna go to Black City. That's a city on the other side of Route 16 when you leave from Limbasa City. If you go all that way, you might be able to meet all sorts of new Pokemon you've never seen before. Hey! It's, other Jupiter, standing with the boo. Oh, well, this is nice timing. I see you're all here. Yeah, we are. Just a moment, I gave the National Pokedex data from an acquaintance. Since you're here, let's upgrade your Pokedex with National Pokedex data. I'm sure you'll be visiting a wider range of places. Naturally, that means you'll be encountering more Pokemon. Let's see your Pokedex for a sec. There you go. And don't care about you, and care about me. National Mode. You could switch your Pokedexes to National Mode Pokedex. Completing the National Pokedex will surely be a big challenge. So, take your time, enjoy yourselves, and meet lots of Pokemon. Wow, the National Pokedex. It looks like there are tons of Pokemon that I don't know yet. Ooh, I want to show my mom and dad my Pokedex. I gotta go. Let's meet somewhere. Okay? Jeez, you gotta be... Yep. I think I'll travel away around Universe, starting everyone again. I'll sure discover lots of new things. I could encounter the Seven Sages along the way. In case if we spy each other along the way, let's battle again, okay? So, we gotta do some things. We have paths. And paths we have. We could go to P2 Laboratory. Let me actually look at the levels for that quick. I'm looking at it now. That might be some place that we're actually not going to explore just because I completely went out of order with that. We should have been doing it during, like, when we were at Mistralton Cave. but I might do it later, but right now we're going to go to Shrineton City. That's the first and foremost thing that we're going to do. That's one thing that we 100% have to be doing. And you're asking yourself, why are we going back here? This is the first city, for crying out loud. There really isn't going to be anything here. I mean, is there? Congratulations. Yep. Sorry, Reshiram. Actually, that's a... You gotta be joking. That's a plus special attack minus special defense nature. Every single Pokemon that we have, even the legendary that we were using for an actual battle, has a minus special defense nature. Why? Oh my god, no wonder why I was like basically dying from every single Hydreigon Dragon Pulse thingy. Oh my god. That's funny. Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna have a lot to do today. And you're asking yourself, hey, why the heck are we going back in the Dreamyard? You'll see in a secundo, and, oh jeez, I'm gonna have to get a guy with cut. And this is where HM usage is going to be key. And this, unfortunately, in the post-game is where cut is going to have to be used again. So, at least for the moment, because this thing is 2 levels higher, then basically the rest of the team, Bacon Bits is just going to be on a hiatus movement right now. And for once, we're actually bringing back the monkey that does absolutely nothing. Oh, lovely. I think next episode we'll just go over to the P2 laboratory quick, because there's definitely going to be a TM there, which is probably going to be one that I will be using a lot. Maybe if there's end at the episode, but I'm not sure yet. And note to self, gotta do a repel, because no offense, I don't think you guys want to be seeing level 9 Purloins when I'm level 49. I don't think that's gonna be something that is much of need anymore. Still have the Master Ball, love it. This is something that I forgot to get all the way back then. Or might have not been accessible. It was probably accessible, but I completely forgot about it back in the day. So, you know, there's that. Found a potion. And now I think we could... I'm not sure if you can actually go through that. Let me check. And repels effect wore off. Fighting it. Hey! Ah! Is that an item there? Yep, Serini. Don't care. Using this one repel, that's totally gonna be useless. Found a paralyzed heal. Okay. And now we go through here, maybe? Ah! Shoot! And for the foreseeable future, yep, we're gonna see these encounters, because, they have a little secret. So, in single-player mode, there was something blocking it off. I don't remember what, don't ask me to remember, don't know. But, if you go down here, we, have some, things and stuff. And we have trainers. Don't you think? Yes, sir, I think. And we are fighting other generation Pokemon. And holy crap, I am under-leveled. I might literally just have to sack this mode off and figure out what my next step is. Because level 63, even if it's a first evolution Drowsy, hubba, oh no, buddy. This is kinda not good. Anyway, Drowsy is a Kantoian Pokemon. It is from Gen 1, and it has a decent special defense and mixed attacking stats. Oh, God up above. I am dipping out immediately. We are going to... This is like a little bit of a sneak peek at how the difficulty has increased immeasurably. And level 63 Hypno. This thing might just straight up massacre my team if Excadrill or Underminer can't pull it off with the No-Co. Nope. Oh, if it wasn't for that critical, we would have been screwed. Nope. I'm literally sacking... I'm gonna sack off Excadrill because I need to, kinda. And, yeah, I am going to be looking at the map and seeing what my next step is, because this is definitely something down the line. This is gonna be something very much down the line. Because, I'll be able to defeat them kinda now, but, nah, like a 10 level difference, nope. Nope, 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 nope. So this is kind of like a little sneak peek. We shall come back to this. Let me heal up and let me figure out where the heck we're going next. 4 hours later. Guys are at 57. And this thing still has Eviolite. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I know I didn't do Lucky Egg, and you people are probably asking me why. I have no idea. I don't have an idea anymore. I don't know, take a Shell Bell. I went back to Victory Road for a couple hours, and I just grinded these 5 up. I didn't even get to making bits. I didn't have the energy. Every day... I totally forgot about this game, that the levels skyrocket. These aren't even the highest levels of random trainers. And everything here is the same level. There's nothing that's going to be under leveled. There's nothing that's going to be at this point. We would literally be struggling for the next episode. So I just decided just to bite the bullet and level up these suckers up myself. Oh, Psychic Strain's powers. Okay. But, holy crap. Well, get back into the swing of things. Poliwhirl. And by the way, these things are going to be like 63, 65. We're still under level. But we're actually at a point now so that we won't be at a terrible point and we won't be completely outclassed by these things. Because if we were like level 40, there were going to be so many chances for our just whole entire team just to get completely and utterly swept. Anyway, a lot of these Pokemon as well are not going to be fully evolved for some forsaken reason. But you know what? Any advantage that I can take, I'll take with a dignity and I'll use. But this is a water type, and this is the middle evolution of a certain water type family. It can branch off to 2 evolutions, one a little bit more attack-like, while the other a little bit more defense-like. While the latter one, which is, I'm gonna say, So there's a type which is water and fighting. Both of them are bulky, have power, all that, yada, yada, yada. Both of them are bulky, both of them are strong, but the pure water one defined this game with its hidden ability, Drizzle. And if you don't know Drizzle, just look up Kyogre. And that will give you a summary of why a effing frog literally transformed this game and pushed the game on its head. Of course, I don't have fire-type Pokemon. We already know Musharna from 15,000 times we've seen him. Parasect, though, is a grass and bug type. Why do you have this thing? Yep, it's bad. This Game Freak, this was one of the first 151 Pokemon. In Game Freak, these were one of the first Pokemon that Game Freak wanted to fail. If there would have been basically bottom of the barrel, literally why the hell are you using it? It would probably be Butterfree, Beedrill, and unfortunately, Parasect. Parasect is the better of all these bug types, 100%, but only with one singular move. Spore! Spore, we've talked about that Amoonguss has, that is a 100% accurate sleep move. And as I said, Amoonguss had it. Listen, up until Gen 3, Parasect was the only Pokemon that was unique to it. But when Gen 3 came around, another Pokemon got it, and basically its stats, typing, and move pool put Parasect in the dirt for the rest of its life. And to make matters worse, Amoonguss came in and just completely dumpstered on Parasect. And you're like, wow, it's that bad? Yeah, its speed is basically 30. Its highest stat is 90 with its attack. Its special attack is 60. It doesn't really have any good moves. Like, for God's sake, it only has, like, Aerial Ace, Brick Break, Seed Bomb, X-Scissor, its Spore. I mean, some moves are good. Yes, you can learn TMs with it, sure. But to just make it on this terrible worth of a Pokemon? I mean, this game, Black and White, did give it out, or did have it out with Dry Skin, which basically makes it a complete water-type counter, unless it has Ice Beam, and if the water-type is Ice Beam, forget it, you should just, it'll literally just freeze the mushroom off. We just want Mario to eat it, rather than it going through what it is going right now. Yeah, it's terrible. Even with its ability Dry Skin, it's not gonna be the best thing. And yes, people use it, and yes, like, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You could totally use it. Hey, you can increase the stats, yada yada yada. It still sucks. Let me stop harping on a terrible Pokemon and start harping on a excellent Pokemon. Well, not build them exactly. It's evolution, actually. Because this thing can learn Jack Squat. It can only learn Takedown until at level 20. And then when it gets past level 20, it can actually learn other moves. Like, when it gets to level 20, it gets into its second evolved form. And then when it gets to, I think, 40 or 45, it gets into its last form. And holy crap, this last form. 130 attack, over 100 defense. Decent special defense, not terrible, not good. Very decent special attack. Pathetic speed, but has agility to raise it. This thing, and by the way, this is its second evolution, Matang. This thing is one of the best Steel and Psychic types out there. Yep, and its defensive typing is Steel and Psychic, allowing it to actually counter a lot of Pokemon, like a lot of other Psychic types that could just utterly dumpster fire. Which, you know, always dumpster firing some other Psychic types is muy bueno. So this is a family that is actually very good, and is even withstood the testament of time, even if it was made in Gen 3. I mean, it's not as bad, it's not the best as it came out originally, where it was one of the best Pokemon out there, and could even fight against some said legendaries. I mean, it still could now, but power creep and all these new overpowered Pokemon that would like throw, I don't know, would throw an overpowered Pokemon like Tauros to the dirt has still gained a semblance of viability. I consider that a win. I do truly consider that a win. Guillotine is an OHKO move, 1-hit KO move, but it has only 30% accuracy and does not work with any Pokemon higher level than us. And basically every single thing in its mother is going to be higher level than us. So yeah, kind of not going to be worth it. And I'm just going to keep this thing in here just because it has a 2 Sword Stance boosts. In Unique lists, we already know. But yeah, anyway, onto it. Also, the Beldum family, when it evolves, it has good coverage, like Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Thunder Punch. It could even go for a mixed set with like Psychic, Flash Cannon. This thing could do like a lot of stuff and without fail. So, I consider it not one of the bad ones, because really they don't have a lot of good Pokemon from like the other games in here. I mean, for you to like fight, they usually have like these terrible Pokemon just because they have like a level advantage, but you'll still be able to take care of them easily if you match up the types correctly. And speaking of another terrible, yeah, this is Jigglypuff. Yep, if you remember my Super Smash Brothers, you know this thing. And yeah, in Pokemon, nah. Even its evolution is poopy caca poo poo. That's the best way that I could describe it. It's a normal type in this game. Next game, it's normal and fairy. I know, well aware. In this game, it's a normal type with normal type God coverage. With like Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, Surf, Strength. It learned Brick Break, Aerial Ace. Whatever you want it to, basically, it can learn. But you would be like, hey, it's a mixed bag. It can learn everything under the sun. Maybe it could be as good as other mixed attackers with good coverage. Like our lovable old friend Underminer. But instead of being a pure physical attacker, it is a mixed attacker. Yes, but then you see its HP stat is actually one of the highest in the game. Its attack stats are mediocre, not bad, not good, but they're not terrible. But then you take a glance over at its speed and defenses, and that's where you want to barf. Speed's atrocious, defenses are atrocious, that HP stat's good, but not going to cover all that horrible defense. It's unfortunate. It should be really good because, you know, Gen 1 Pokemon have really not withstood the testament of time very well. Because they throw in all these overpowered Pokemon. But even back in the day when it was only the original 151, it wasn't doing so hot. I'll say that. It was definitely one of those Pokemon that you would use in single player, but question yourself later at why the heck did I do that? And then we completely flip the script again and go for one of the best Gen 1 Pokemon in all time, Starmie! When I kid you, I'm not kidding you that this is one of the best Pokemon. This has amazing special coverage. This is a special attacker. But then you're like, okay, it has amazing coverage. What? Rapid Spin 2. It's also a Rapid Spinner with all the spikes, Stealth Rocks, and Toxic Spikes going around. Also Leech Seeds. It has amazing, unparalleled coverage. And you're thinking, oh, he must be exaggerating. No, I am not. Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Surf, Psychic. Like, and then it has supporting moves like Rapid Spin, as you saw. This thing is Recover. It has decent bulk, 85, I think. It's not terrible. It has 115 speed, which is like 100 special attack. Not bad, not good. Its bulk is good. It's one of the Gen 1 Pokemon that have withstood the testament of time and has been on the top of usage stats and leaderboards of tournaments for a long time now. And it's definitely one of those Pokemon that you really want to consider while throwing into a team. Even, it's very, 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 very easy to consider it as a part of your team. And then we kind of flip the script again and go for one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game. Oh god, I hate myself for saying this. Wobbuffet. If any of you watched the anime, it got chucked around 50 times towards Saturday. But then you look at leaderboards and usage stats, and this thing has the usage stats of legendary Pokemon like Kyogre. Then you look at its ability Shadow Tag, and then you take a second look at its move pool with Encore. Shadow Tag is his ability where you cannot switch out no matter what unless you are an opposing Pokemon with Shadow Tag or Ghost types. If you're not those said two, and if you boost up with Shell Smash or use a attack that doesn't OHKO it, you're dead. It has Counter and Mirror Coat, which basically reflects the damage of all these of special and physical and special type moves, respectively. So Counter for physical, Mirror Coat for special. And if this thing does it, it has one of the highest HP stats in the game. Other than that, all of its other stats suck, but it means to suck. That's the thing. It wants to take damage to do damage. And if you let it do that said damage, at least one Pokemon is going down if you don't play your cards right. That's why you usually have to boost up and do everything that you possibly can, and then hit it with your strongest attack possible. If this thing doesn't OHKO, I am dead. Yep. Wait, you safeguard. Oh, safe. If that thing used Mirror Coat, it does double the damage, which I usually did. So that damage, that will probably be like a 400% damage. Probably not, but basically around that quartile, or that percentage. And you don't want to do that when you're kind of... Like, if I used Rock Slide with that, and if you used Counter, I would have been dead. I would have been so dead. Okay, still having Underminer out in front, just because. Level 57. And you're thinking, wow, how high these levels are. If you go back to, which we are, if you go back to the Elite Four, and rematch them, which we are, their Pokemon are going to be in mid-70s range. I think Game Freak misclicked, and I think instead of doing them to level late 60s, you know, where like we usually were, no, they just went up with that damage, or with those level modifiers, and oh god. That one straight up. So that's why I'm using all these Pokemon with like Shell Smash, Swords Dance, Dragon Dance, all these things that can boost themselves up. because, you know, we can't really have a chance for them to let them use their moves, or let them use the least amount of moves. You need that because these things are strong in the level department. And yeah, new Pokemon. And this is where I wish that I still had Bacon Bits. Well, I guess Crash. This is Stantler. This is a pure-blooded normal type. Like Wigglytuff, it is a normal type with immense coverage, with Thunderbolts. I think it has Jump Kick, High Jump Kick. Probably not with those, I'm not sure. Return, Double-Edged, Shadow Ball, Psychic. Basically, this is one of those Pokemon. It's not the best. It does not have the best stats. But it has things to fix that, which Wigglytuff does not. Stantler has speed, Wigglytuff does not. Stantler has Intimidate, one of the best abilities in the game. Fight me, Wigglytuff does not. Has sleeping moves. I don't know. I think Wigglytuff does, but it has Hypnosis, which Hypnosis is usually better in most said situations. And has, I think, and even has Calm Mind, which so does Wigglytuff. Know that. But basically, it has more of a stats, move pool, ability to use that normal typing and to use the immense coverage. It is not as frail, does not have as high enough HP. I think it has more attacking stats than Wigglytuff. It's like, it's the faster, more usable version of Wigglytuff. It's not the best. There are still normal types to outclass it, 100%. Like, probably, oh god. Like, probably Tauros, which we probably won't be seeing, but, you know, Tauros, I'm saying that's one of the better Gen 1 Pokemon. A lot of other normal types do outclass it, but it is definitely not the worst. It's far from it. Wigglytuff is a prime example of it. So, take it with a grain of salt, and say that this thing is probably in a better position than said most. I hate when they do like their little jumpies. I was running away from you, cool, while I was running towards you to fight you in a Pokemon battle. Natu, another new Pokemon adding onto the repertoire. Natu is a psychic flying type just like our lovely old boy Atlantis. But I'm going to say, without its inability, Atlantis is 100 times better, and at 2-to-1 it can smack it even with its evolved form. With hidden abilities, Atlantis will get dumpstered on. In certain situations, yes, each can be its own better. But Natu's hidden ability, Magic Bounce, that deflects status, Stealth Rocks, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Leech Seeds, Toxics, Will-O-Wisp. It deflects all these status moves and anything that would do damage to you and your opponent. So to flick them back at your opponent. So for instance, if a Excadrill did, or no, wait, if a Garbodor used, or no, if a Gigalith used Stealth Rocks against a Natu, Natu would reflect those Stealth Rocks back at the opponent. These are both good in certain situations. Magic Guard blank checks it for the said Pokemon, while Magic Bounce doesn't blank it for, or blanks it for the whole entire team. While there are some little things here and there, like for instance, Toxic Spikes, if you land on Toxic Spikes, You'll still get poisoned if you did a magic bounce in prior. That's one thing. Mold Breaker, like Mold Breaker Haxorus, completely shuts down Magic Bounce and Magic Guard. Actually, no, it does not shut down Magic Guard, I think. But it definitely shuts down Magic Bounce. And there's just some certain things, but still, it is a very good ability. It is definitely far from the worst. And speak of the devil of worst, Bayonet! This was during the time of Gen 3, where the physical special split was nowhere to be seen, and ghost moves came off physical attack. Bayonet has a respectable 115 physical attack. But then you look at the rest of its stats, early 60s down under, except special, which is low 80s, I think. High to low 80s. Yeah, this thing not doing crap. It's unfortunate. It has pitiful bulk. It was one of the said few Pokemon that actually abused the physical was an abuser of non-physical special split moves, because its Shadow Ball stung like a son of a poop. But now it's just one of the Ghost-type Pokemon that you don't want to ever see, and you basically will just totally forget about just because of how totally terrible it is, how its stats are completely pathetic except its attack stat. Its bulk is non-existent. Its moves, its strongest Ghost physical type move is Shadow Claw, which is a 70 power move. Really not what you want to be having. It has more special type moves than physical type moves. And yeah, let's just say those stats are god-awful again. By the way, Xatu is the evolution of Nadu. Nothing really to say about it is that it gets better stats. I forgot to say about Xatu's stats. Xatu's stats suck, but its ability kind of fixes that, I would say. So, yeah, that's kind of like Xatu's gig. I mean, it has a 90... I think it has a 90 speed and 90 special attack, but then the rest of its stats are kind of like middle of the road. But I do not... The one thing that I don't like is, like, they could have and they did, for Bayonet, spoilers, they gave him a Mega Evolution, which did help out a lot of his stats, gave him a massive, and I mean massive, physical attack stat to use. It's usable. Yeah, we just got to talk to this guy now. Hello. Wow, hooey! Boo! Were you surprised? Oh, trainer, you destroyed our castle. I was quite surprised by you. If you were surprised then that both Pokemon and people left themselves open, we're in the state of surprise. They can't use their powers like they normally would. Our intention was to surprise people by making a castle appear and showing off legendary Pokemon. At that moment, we planned deeply to impress people in the awesome power of Team Plasma and the brilliance of our new worlds. Then I've seen the strength and spirit of you and the gym leaders. I wonder how effective that strategy would have been after all. Maybe the strength of the spirit that is what is needed to take the Pokemon to the next level? Sorry, waste your time with the silly conversation. Take this with you. Got Swords Dance. Yeah. You're the one who put the stop to that. Please don't ever forget that. Oh, hello. I now about Team Plasma. I have the officer of the International Police. And so many things you must tell me at once. Usharn is said to appear here. Extreme mist makes you see dreams. The dreams you would realize with your own abilities are real dreams. Accept my thanks. Now gets us notwithstanding. There are yet to be 5 of the 7 sages still at large. With what is it they are thinking, what it may be they are hoping, it is information I pursue until we meet again. And we will never see that guy again. Yep, he's gone. Forever. I'm actually not going to put on a repel, even though I totally should. And this is why, because buddy. It feels bad. These are one of the... This is why you think bug-type Pokemon are pathetic and should go in a hole on how pathetic they are. This thing has 30 physical attack. I think 40 special attack. For some odd reason, has its highest stat is special defense, which is respectable. But then everything else about it, and speed is good. But then everything else about it is so pathetic. No attacking stats, literally no attacking moves. It's just so terribly pathetic and bad, and Game Freak just screwed it over. There's nothing else I could say except that this Pokemon was just screwed over by Game Freak. And it's sad. It could have been so good. And literally, in like ROM hacks, they make this thing so powerful, and they make it a god because it's so pathetic. You see all these videos on how Ledian is so god-forsaken powerful because it's a joke. It's terrible. It's pathetic. I want to close my eyes on how pathetic it is. This is kind of pathetic, but not as bad. Raticate. This is a normal type Pokemon and is completely outclassed by some of these said normal type Pokemon here, like Stoutland. Here in Univille, like Stoutland, but has some redeeming qualities. That's going to be completely useless. That's only effective during sleep, and I have no sleeping moves. It has Guts. It has Facade. And Swords Dance. And a decent speed stat. Other than that, its defenses are hard. Special attacks hard. Physical attacks mediocre. HP's hard. It's a stereotypical normal type. And not the normal type, but the God tier coverage. Nope. It has to rely on pretty pathetic moves. Like, for God's sake, some of the moves that it learns, or some of the moves that it has to use in its moveset is Flame Wheel, which is a 60 power fire type move. And now you can see why a lot of these Kanto Pokemon have not withstood the testament of time. It's sad, really. I think... Let me actually look up something. I gotta look up something. I'll be back. Can't do it now because I just realized it's only due on a Friday, and right now it's a Monday. So, this Friday, we will come back to this location for one last thing. Other than that, we done. Yeah, it's a little bit of a smaller episode. So, next episode we're going to do some other things that are around. We're not going to explore the new stuff just yet. We will. We 100% will. Just not yet. So, next episode, we are going to go to the P2 laboratory. We're going to totally swamp it, but kind of forgot it beforehand, and yet no really other time to do it. And then we're going to take a trip back to Relic Castle. Yep. We're going to go back there, and then this is on our game plan. So, then we are probably... We're going to go back to Twist Mountain for a little bit, not terribly long. And then we're actually going to go to Anvil Town. And then check out Challenger's Cave. And then after we do all of that, then we will be exploring all this new stuff. So, we have a lot of stuff to do. A lot of things, stuff, and more things. So, I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what all you guys do. Actually, wait 1 second before I do that. Almost forgot something. Almost forgot something. Okay. By the way, new Pokemon, Venomoth. Venomoth, bug poison type, was god-awful beforehand, before Gen 5, but now in this game, it is actually really good because now it has access to Quiver Dance, which we've seen on Lilligant before, and we know Lilligant is extremely good with it, and it's good with it now. I don't... Oh, yeah. Yep. Let me actually get to there. I didn't put on a repel just for reasons that you'll see in a second. I swear to God, if this doesn't spawn, or it doesn't appear, or doesn't do something. Come on, spawn, 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 you little sucker, spawn, sucker. I'll be back. Never mind, in the next game. Ugh. At the next game, 2 Pokemon named Latias and Latios will appear, which are legendary Dragon-type Pokemon from Hoenn. These things are strong, and if I might... I don't know. If I ever do Black, I don't want to spoil it. Black 2, I don't want to spoil it too much. So, anyway, next episode we're going to do probably... We're going to go to the P2 laboratory and probably return back to Relic Castle. Or maybe not do both, but we're going to do those soon. So I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what all you guys do to make this channel the most popular you could possibly can. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.